The sun hangs low in the sky, casting a golden hue across the landscape. At a scenic viewpoint overlooking a sprawling valley, a gleaming red Mustang sits, its paintwork a testament to years of loving care. John leans against its side, a quiet smile on his face as he soaks in the view. A peaceful moment is interrupted by the soft crunch of tires on gravel. A sleek, modern luxury car pulls up, and from it emerges a man dressed in a sharp, tailored suit. This is the collector. He approaches with an appreciative eye, his gaze fixed on the classic car. A 67. If I'm not mistaken, he says, his voice smooth and confident. She's a beauty, John nods, a sense of pride swelling in his chest. They fall into an easy conversation, discussing the Mustang's long and meticulous restoration, a project John had shared with his late father. The collector listens intently, his admiration for the vehicle growing with every detail. Reaching into his jacket, he produces a pristine business card. "I'll be frank," the collector states, handing it to John. "I've been looking for a car exactly like this for years. Name your price, I'll write you a check right now." The figure he suggests is staggering, enough to change John's life. John stares at the card, the numbers swimming before his eyes, completely stunned into silence. The silence of the viewpoint follows John home. Later that evening, the small business card feels impossibly heavy in his hand as he paces the length of his living room. His gaze drifts to a pile of unpaid bills stacked on the corner of his dining table, a stark paper and ink reminder of his financial struggles. The collector's offer represents an escape, a pathway to a security he has long craved. He then looks over to a framed photograph on a mantelpiece, a picture of his smiling wife and child. The money could give them a better future, a life free from the worries that currently weigh him down. The conflict is a knot in his stomach. Unable to rest, John makes his way to the garage. The scent of old leather and engine oil greets him like a familiar friend. He slides into the driver's seat of the Mustang, his hands resting on the cool, worn steering wheel. Tucked into the sun visor is a faded photograph of his own father, young and beaming, standing proudly next to the very same car. John looks at the photo, the memories flooding back of learning to drive, of long talks, of a bond forged in shared labor and love. He is caught in a painful tug of war, torn between honoring the legacy of his past and securing the promise of his future. A few days later, John arranges to meet the collector again. They stand by the Mustang, which seems to shine even brighter under the midday sun. The collector is calm and confident, a checkbook already in his hand, ready to finalize the transaction. He sees the car as a magnificent acquisition, the crown jewel of his collection. John takes a long, slow look at the vehicle, his own conflicted expression reflected back at him in the polished chrome of the bumper. He draws a deep breath, the decision finally settled in his heart. "I can't sell her," John says, his voice quiet but firm. He meets the collector's gaze directly, explaining that the Mustang is more than just metal, rubber, and glass. "This isn't just a car to me," he elaborates. "It's a part of my family. It's my father's memory, and it's my son's future." The collector's confident smile falters, replaced by a look of initial surprise. But as he listens, the surprise melts away into a look of genuine understanding and ultimately respect. He nods slowly, putting his checkbook away. "Some things are more valuable than money," he concedes, extending his hand. They shake, not as a buyer and seller, but as two men who understand the true worth of a legacy. The afternoon sun warms the driveway as John washes the Mustang. The rhythmic motion of the sponge against the metal is a familiar comfort. But this time, he is not alone. His young child stands beside him, a small bucket and a tiny sponge in hand, enthusiastically mimicking his father's movements. Laughter fills the air as suds fly. Once the car is sparkling clean, John opens the passenger door. He lifts his child into the seat, the same one he occupied as a boy, and buckles them in securely. As they pull out of the driveway and onto the open road, the scene is a perfect echo of the past, a cherished memory now being passed down to a new generation. The final shot, filmed from the back seat, frames John and his child against a windshield. They drive into the sunset, the red Mustang carrying them down a sunlit road, not just toward the horizon, but toward a future filled with new memories built on the enduring foundation of the past. The legacy continues.